around and watch the days go by. Between computer screens, you're living things. Am I the only one to see the sign upon the bathroom stall? I said it burning, baby, I burned it down. I need a girl that lonely like everyone else. Is your future looking stormy? Do you need a friend? I tried to find home else, and please take my hand. But you say I'm feeling lonely like everyone else.
Hello everyone, and welcome to a dead bluebell shoot. Let me explain. So I am very late for the bluebells here in London, but there still is a little bit of color left, so I'm definitely going to try and pull something out of it because I really wanted to do video in here. I was here about 5 days ago in this same forest. All of that should be bluebells, like brightly colored bluebells. But anyways, I was here about 5 days ago. I did get one shot, but I didn't do any video. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to go back and do a very similar shot in a horizontal orientation and just try to pull out what I can. But so you're basically going to witness me trying to pull as much blue out of this scene. Yeah, it's absolutely beautiful in here though. It's this really cute forest that's by, it's called Henley. It's a place in the UK, and it's really quiet, minus the planes that are always flying overhead. But all it is just a forest and a really quiet kind of country road with not a soul around. So it's much easier for me to be out here to create, because the reality of travel is that you have to do a lot of scouting when you're not from the area. Otherwise you just don't know what you're doing and you don't know where you're going. Like I tried to film a couple of days ago in another area I wanted to photograph in, but there were so many people walking their dogs. Usually I'm pretty good with photographing and like doing the vlogging around people, but I just couldn't concentrate, so I couldn't really execute the shot. And then by the time I figured it out, it was just too late. So attempt number 2, basically. And also, again, the reality of travel, that you have to give yourself some time to scout if you're not from the area. And that's something that I didn't really do because I like to put everything all on myself in one go. So anyways, we're out here in the bluebells. I'm going to do a yellow dress self-portrait. I will go, my camera is way back there, but because I wanted to come out here in this beautiful like soft light so I could film. I'll show you the scene, I'll show you why I'm photographing it, and I'll show you the little tiny patch of bluebells that I did find. But first, I have to remind you guys, don't forget I have an editing tutorial on sale right now until the end of the month. I'll quickly tell you about it. It's awesome, so you should get it. It's on sale for $24.99, and then at the end of the month it jumps up to $39.99. So it's my first ever editing tutorial that I put out, and there will be more, and you guys have asked for a subscription service as well, so just bear with me as I put that all together because it takes time. And yeah, anyways, the tutorial is on sale. The link will be below. Before I go back to shoot though, I also wanted to talk to you guys about something else. I want to tell you an idea, because if I tell you the idea, then it'll give me the accountability to see it through. I've been thinking about this for a really long time. I'm not going to tell you full details because it's going to take me a little bit to plan, possibly a couple of months before I can actually get it all underway. But I am actually thinking about doing what I want to call it is the Yellow Dress Project, and I actually want to go around the world and photograph other women from other cultures and like different countries in the yellow dress. So it doesn't really matter if it's like a wealthy person in California or a woman living under the grips of war in Ukraine. I'm not saying that I'm going there, don't freak out. I just want to find as many different women and show their lives, and so photograph them in the yellow dress, because the yellow dress represents, like, you know, positivity and all that's good. So we'll kind of unify all these women, and then I will share their story and an accompanying piece of how they live. And I want to create it into a book as well and sell it as like a collection. And then like, this is going to be a massive project, by the way. This is probably going to take me a year to complete and full-time travel. I just really want to do something meaningful with my photography, and I have not been able to stop thinking about it. So yeah, that's the idea. That's all I'm going to say for now. And it will also be on the YouTube channel as well. Like I will film the entire thing, like every country that I go to, every woman that I meet, I will film it and how I photograph them and share it here. And since this is still a relatively small channel, I feel like you guys are really close to me. So I wanted to share that with you. And I really hope that you will come along the journey with me, because I'm sure it's going to change me and like the way that I view the world as well. All right, anyways, enough talk about my plans. Let's get back to the bluebells and start shooting. I might come back at some point because I actually love the ferns and I really want to do something out here in the ferns. Like if there's the proper lighting, I think there would be something really, really beautiful in this forest. Like even just a little bit lower with all of those ferns. Oh, it's just so gorgeous. Oh my gosh. Photographing. I already did one where I was standing in between those trees, but it was vertical, and I am obviously using my 70-200 so I can really compress it. But that's what it looks like on the back of the camera. The reason why I'm using the telephoto is because I can compress it and maximize, like you can still see all the color there. So I can maximize and pull out as much of the purple bluey colors of the bluebells that I can. But I am noticing, like I'm all set up, I'm already focused where I'm going to be shooting. Whoopsie. So I'm already focused of where I'm going to be standing, and I am noticing now like this light. You see the light on the tip of that tree there? Maybe, perhaps, because I have kind of given up on the light, that I was going to have like any nice backlighting, but I might actually get a little sliver in there, and I think that'll be actually really, really pretty.
With the morning turning over, every color calls to us, setting rhythm into motion, turning the silence into trust, getting a glimpse of what's to come. And it's crystal clear where we go from here, where we go from here, where the sun meets the horizon line, you and me standing the test of time. Two hearts run free, we're never looking
all finished. So usually when I do my vlogs, I always forget to tell you the settings that I photograph it at, and I usually just put it on the screen with the image. For this one, since I'm in the forest, like I don't really want the whole scene to be sharp. I really want to have like that dreamy look, so I was shooting at 2.8, and you really have to nail the focus when you're shooting at 2.8, otherwise your portrait will just not work out. But that is why I like pre-focus it before. If someone's with me, I have them go and stand in a spot, and then I put a marker down, like I put my little mini tripod down there so that I could go and know where to stand, and then it should all, in theory, it should all work out. I also have a higher ISO, like I'm at ISO 1000, so that I have a fast enough shutter speed. Because I'm photographing with a telephoto lens, I just don't. Like you need a faster shutter speed with those lenses, so I would rather sacrifice a little bit of noise in the image and make sure that I have a fast shutter speed and the aperture that I want, and the noise I will deal with all of that later. But yeah, those are the settings that I used, and now let me show you the back of the camera because this shot actually worked out quite well. There is the, I guess we'll call it the raw. I'm definitely going to do a little bit of Photoshop work on here to maybe just make it look a little bit more blue and fill it in with some bluebells. But I love the framing of in between the two trees. The last time I was out here, it was actually one of my friends that was like, hey, that would actually make a really good shot, and it actually does. But with the 70-200, it looks like awful with the 16-35. So there we go, yellow dress image complete in the bluebells. Anyways, that is a wrap for this evening with the yellow dress in the bluebells. Don't forget about the tutorial, you guys. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel and give this video a like, please, because it only helps me out even more, grow and bust through all this stuff in this world. And what else did I want to say? Oh yeah, I'm gonna go fly the drone now and get some pretty cool B-roll. I absolutely love flying the drone in here. I already crashed it in the trees and had to go on a bit of a scavenger hunt with it, but yeah, so I'm gonna go out and fly the drone. Oh yeah, I do want to say that with the bluebells, like I am not walking through, like there's trails all over here, so you can walk through. Like a lot of photographers come in here and shoot, and there's just these really nice trails everywhere that are very helpful to help you access the spots where you can stand and take the photos. Just to clarify, I am not one of those people that just goes over all the flowers and stomps on them, especially with the bluebells. When they're in full bloom, you can't actually step on them, because if you do step on them, then they won't grow back. So always remember that. Be very mindful of the flowers. Don't stomp on them. There's always usually little trails around, so use those instead. Anyways, talk to you guys next week. Bye.
This love, where the sun meets the horizon line, you and me standing the test of time. Two hearts run free, we're never looking back. This love was made to last. This love was made to last.